me, LeBron James podcast. I'm Cal Legacy, Scouse comedian, with a big old New Yorker on a mission to meet LeBron. My producer's giving me eyes. You've seen it before, you know. And I've got the Jacksons with me. When you think of basketball, you think of Mark Jackson, you think of Steven Jackson Stack, and you think of Jackson Stewart and Jackson Pierce. How you doing, boys?
I've never been better.
Oh, yeah, feeling good.
I love this attitude of can't be asked, attitude of slightly nervous, but also don't give a shit. I like that. That's a good mix.
Yeah.
We got Jackson Pierce was on last week, as you know, crowd favourite, the basketball savant, quite frankly. The Rain Man of basketball, not Sean Kemp like the guy with autism. The reason I don't listen to Post Malone and then we got his housemate, the cards are out on Lover as well. The reason I don't listen to Rod Stewart, I guess, and the Spice Girls.
Carl's got his Frank Kaminsky jersey on.
It's Kevin Bacon, not Kevin Bacon. Dwayne
Bacon.
Kevin Bacon is slightly better, actually, than... Did you ever see that Kevin Bacon movie? You would have saw it, I don't know if you showed him.
Which one?
The Air Up There, the basketball movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So he goes to Africa to scout for the...
Yeah, he gets like Maasai Warriors.
Yeah, this is before basketball without borders. Kevin Bacon going in there with literally they had a spear pole and then a net, and that was it. It was like, and this guy was like windmilling in bare feet, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll take you."
Hell yeah,
it's crazy.
I can windmill in there.
But no, it's a Frank Kaminsky jersey. No, fuck it, it's a Kemba Walker jersey. When he was good, not when he was
Frank the Tank, baby.
Frank the Tank, yeah. Oh my, that old man body.
Yeah, just fat as fuck, dude.
What are we gonna talk about today? So we got I actually did do the song.
Yeah?
I actually did, from help from Jackson Pierce as well and Gavin Scott Malaska. I'll play you that one. We'll do Jackson Stewart's Play of the Week. We're gonna order some food as well. We'll order some food, won't we? We'll order some gains. And then we'll talk about Steve Nash and his reckless signing of a master of the mind. Reckless, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
On the Hebrew tip. Israel's best head coach. Actually, no, fucking didn't the old Cavs coach used to coach in Israel? That guy
Black.
Yeah, wasn't he?
David Blatt was like is still considered the greatest European coach of all time.
And who's the second?
I couldn't tell.
That means nothing when someone says top three when you can't name the other two.
It's what's his name? The fucking the former Celtics GM and coach. The one that was a confidence man. You know who I'm talking about.
I think I do. Yeah.
He coaches the Greek Olympic team now.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I know you. I know his face. Yeah.
That guy. Very seedy looking motherfucker. You can Google that in your own time. Audience members.
Yeah. What was his name?
No.
So how are you gonna Google it?
Just Google the coach of the Greek Olympic team.
Boston player that just comes up with a line. Got Scary Terry in 2018. This dude's seedy as fuck. I'm going to start off with a non-basketball related question.
Good to see you in that Terry Rozier jersey, by the way.
Yo, put a bit of respect on I can't even think of another Hornets player. Couldn't even riff out a Hornets player. Who's going to be most improved this year? Old Brandon Ingram.
You're thinking of that guy.
You know what I'm talking about, yeah?
I know exactly who you're talking about. This is a great start.
This is the way, after I called him a savant, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you know. Devontae Graham,
yes, and he's back! Yeah, nice, the savant. It is a fucking sauna in here, so that's why. Let's, I've got first non-basketball related question, because for the big Galaxy fans at home, I wasn't at this gig. I hosted this gig last week. But then something happened this week where I went at. So tell me what happened. Because you told me a bit in messaging, but I couldn't understand.
Yeah, so there was an open mic who got up.
That's not important.
Yeah.
It was a book gig. It was a comedy store.
Yeah.
in LA.
So
it's an LA comedy store.
This guy at the comedy store, he was what was it? There was like the pretty bad MC last
No,
night.
the MC was really good.
Was the MC? Was the MC?
The MC was very good. I thought he was very funny.
Yeah.
Really kept the gig moving along. Really talented guy.
He's not an MC. He's a six man.
Yeah. Off the bench, I'm a spark plug scorer. That's how I describe my comedy style.
We'll give him his own team. It's not gonna happen.
We've already got to be up by 10, but you put me in garbage time, bang, you know?
You come do a spot, you'll carry on the Cavs. You MC and you carry on the Celtics. Destroying chemistry, ruining vibes. Yeah. Good, keep going. And the reason that he's dressed like a Joker is because this is how he always dresses. Go.
Yeah. What did he say? He said something like.
He said like he got up there and he was like, I did my gig last week. And then all that happened was I did this like weird lecture, and then Kyle got on after me and said, "Oh, thanks for listening to that guy's TED talk," and he got the only laugh of my set. And then for some reason people started chanting your name.
Yeah, the entire room started chanting your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it became a running bit that whenever there was a lull, people would just start chanting your name. And then I kept doing a very bad impression of you.
Well, they also switched to instead of chanting Kyle, they would chant not Jackson.
No,
Did you really?
That did happen.
that did happen, yes. Very unfortunate. But I did do a great impression of you, which I can only describe as
Racist.
probably like Oliver Twist, but not the black one. You know,
Black Oliver Twist.
the black Oliver Twist is the Oliver Twist we know. I don't want
There's a
I don't want
comedian
people.
called Oliver Twist.
Yeah, I don't want people thinking I'm doing that Oliver Twist.
Yeah. That's so funny that.
But I can do my impression.
to bring up Blake?
No,
that's what he's Oliver Twist. He's got an Australian accent.
Cut that bit. Producer, cut that bit.
You know from last week that we don't cut anything. So what do the impression?
Hello, Governor. My name's Kyle Legacy. That's my impression of you.
Please, sir, can I have some more laughs?
Yeah, that's you. Yeah.
So people just started chanting my name.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
insane.
it was very bizarre.
That is bizarre.
Yeah. Because you
But
were so
I'll take
bad.
that as
usually.
respect.
And I was crushing, so I don't know why they were. Anyway.
Was he crushing? Wait, it was Crown. Nobody was crushing.
Nobody was crushing.
So yeah, of course.
I was doing my very best.
But was it? Did he chant my name because people were bombing, so it was linked to the bomb, or did he chant it because they wanted me there?
They wanted you there.
Yeah,
that's
they were
it.
calling out for you.
Just to take the reins off you.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
I was driving that thing off a cliff.
He's bombing in style, is it?
I've mastered bombing. It's the crushing that's the hard part. I'm great at bombing.
That's true though.
Yeah.
That's mad, man. And then they just at the end of the show, people just stopped.
Stopped once.
They stopped
Like
chanting.
did they continue chanting into the streets and
No,
stuff?
no.
Okay.
I remember they.
Nobody got sacrificed.
No, they
in
came
my honor.
to Hyde Bar. They picked you up on their shoulders, right? And they took you on a parade.
Oh, that was what that was for.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a 2 week late LA Championship parade.
Yeah.
Um,
You didn't get a parade.
So that's all that was.
Unfortunately, COVID has destroyed the United States.
Yeah.
Say, finish it. Goldman has probably destroyed this podcast.
I didn't want to break it.
Oh, shout out to the Dodgers as well. You guys, cricket team won the fucking
Yeah.
thing or whatever, so that's pretty good,
That's
isn't
a
it?
good baseball motion.
It's This is a shake weight actually. It's one of these.
You're rowing.
The fuck you're roll for me chin.
This is great stuff for a podcast, you know? Because they can imagine the minds you're doing. Guys, you know?
Just imagine an amputee rowing with only his chin.
Yeah. And that's another one you can do yourself at home.
That's another one.
Much like working out who that Celtics coach I was talking about was.
Evan, do we know yet? Producer, can we somehow just look up
Rick
Celtics coaches?
Pitino.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice, good band.
So,
Alright, let's move on.
okay.
Do you want to hear the rap?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, Jackson helped me with a few lines as well.
I did write most of the lines, yeah.
No, I mean, you wrote most of the good ones.
The lines that made it into the song.
I had more lines than you, but
They
you
didn't.
shitter.
They didn't make it.
Okay, so this is it.
I didn't tell Carl to do the voice.
Yo, get busy. Taking scrubs to the finals. Akron, Ohio, that's national shit. In Japan, Ohio. You're gonna do the Asian accent if you're gonna do it.
You gotta do it.
Oh, I'm gonna love that. Oh, someone's calling me. Really great. Thank you, private number. Awesome.
Truly,
The
one
best
of the most
line.
professional podcasts.
No, that's actually a caller.
Oh, okay.
Best line from it was, what was the Mike Miller one?
Mike Miller looks like a fucking cop.
What was the whole one?
I think it was. When was it? I can't remember.
I'll have a look.
I mean, you can have.
Do you remember?
No.
I mean, I wrote them very quickly, Kyle. I'm actually a really talented comedian, so it's actually really easy.
You
for me
just
to
said
do
you've
stuff.
never crushed 2 minutes ago. What are you talking about?
I didn't say I was not appreciated.
The last message you sent me before this.
No.
Was just,
There's a private message.
oh, this is year 3 Ray Allen hits a shot. We ain't ever gonna stop. Mac Miller looks like a fucking cop.
He does. Mike Miller looks like a fucking cop. Mike Miller looks like a crooked cop with a coke addiction. Mike Miller looks like he'd be letting people off for a bag.
Letting people off and he takes the bag.
Yeah. Though I am influenced by the fact we did recently watch the
Bad
Werner
Lieutenant?
Herzog movie, Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans.
Yeah.
Is that Christian Bale?
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Oh, Eva Mendes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's sick actually.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yes.
A lot of inexplicable shots of iguanas in that film.
There's some snakes as well.
And some snakes and some alligators.
Cocaine and iguanas, I feel like go hand in hand, don't they?
I feel like it's one of the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
purchases you make
Yeah.
once you become like a cokehead. Is you're like, we're gonna get a snake collection.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I don't think this might just be me, but on coke, you don't really seem to have the right setup for the snake as well.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any tanks around. It's just like, oh, I guess you're just gonna live on my shoulder. Oh, sorry, my whole shoulder.
You know who has a large guess the NBA player that has a large collection of snakes. It's the most predictable one.
A large. I know PJ Tucker's got the most collection of shoes and rats because they're definitely eating the shit out of the shoes in the storage unit now.
It's think about the biggest loser in the NBA who would collect reptiles.
He's still in the NBA now, he's retired.
Yeah.
He's still in the NBA now. He's what are you pointing at, Evan? He's pointing at a towel.
Why are you pointing at the tower?
What color's the towel?
We don't even know, is it green or blue?
Is it not Danny Green?
It's not Danny Green, but Danny Green was telling the story, I believe. Danny Green said that Dwight Howard has a massive collection of snakes.
Of course he does. Of course he does. He lives his life like Mike Tyson when he just got out of prison. You know what I mean? Like when he wasn't a good athlete anymore, when he was just fucking.
Yeah,
A
apparently
bad boy.
he has a massive collection of snakes and he invited like all the Lakers over to his house and they were like, dude, what the fuck is this?
What the
Like,
fuck?
why do you live like this?
Yeah, that's
go.
crazy.
I think
Yeah.
snakes are cool.
Wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, how many? How many before it gets creepy, or before it becomes a zoo? Like,
What is the
what
zoo
purpose
colour?
stops you from being a reptile park? You know what I mean? If you have more people, if you have more reptiles in your house than people,
Yeah.
it's a reptile house.
Yeah, you've lost your house. You've got an infestation.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got a pest problem.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Like you could live alone and have 2 snakes and still be cool.
No.
Two snakes as well. I feel like,
Oh, I feel like if snakes outnumber humans,
and that's automatically that's free because the white's packing, obviously.
yeah. As
Yeah.
many of the young men in Los Angeles have found out, I'm sure.
You have to be packing if you're banging a transvestite because they'll just turn around and start fucking you. It's not good enough.
So I will get angry if he hears about this stuff. Allegedly. Allegedly.
That's why he's so great at boxing people out because he just loves pushing.
He's just grinding
yeah,
up
that's
it.
it. Yeah, he's like, oh, I listen to this part, baby.
Oh my god, bam! What is that?
It's like remember that movie ages ago? I think it was Bad News Bears where the kid, not Bad News Bears, the one where fucking Keanu Reeves was the baseball coach. You remember that one?
Is that not Bad News Bears?
Oh, maybe it is Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
But then the kid listened to Big Papa.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard's doing that with WAP.
I love that
Or
every
Reagan
single
Men. Or
reference.
Reagan Men.
I love that every single reference on this podcast is you being like, someone else knows this.
Yeah.
I can't remember any pop culture. He's like, you know that fucking movie.
Yeah, that's why I have two guests. In case one doesn't get it, this one does. I'm not all, you know me, if anything, I make my life easy in any way.
Oh dear.
We only have 3 chairs. If we had 4 chairs, then it'd be 4 guests.
4 guests.
And I wouldn't be on some of them.
Yeah,
we got a guest host.
It's like a fucking jazz band. There's like 9 people on stage. One guy's just saying one line.
I want my podcast to be able to challenge like any other podcast we can play in a full game. With at least 5 subs on my team.
Oh yeah, you gotta have subs.
Back to that crazy rap that got cut off. Anyway, it's gonna be sick when it finally comes out. I need ideas for the. Shut up! I need ideas for the music video. My idea is to recreate all of LeBron James' like great moments and shit, but like on a kid's room.
Yeah?
So like I'm doing all the dribbling, then the chase down block, I'm just blocking the kid's rim. I'm like yanking on people, dunking on Thiago Splitter and shit like that.
You're gonna have the decision in there?
Gonna have to.
Oh yeah, do
That would be
recreate the
pretty good,
decision.
That's pretty good actually.
ESPN's hosting it. It's really uncomfortable. Halfway through, LeBron's realizing that no one likes this. You can see his like
too many commercial breaks.
you can see part of his soul die live on air when he realizes that he's like, oh, I've become a villain. Like,
yeah.
He's like, oh, wait a minute, like people don't like me anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what he thought. I mean, what Miami loved him. He got them.
Yeah,
Where's
obviously a big spike with the Cubans, but other than that, dude, you're charting his demographics. Everyone else, just fucking down the bottom. Cubans skyrocketing, dude.
Anybody that owns a DJ Khaled album, they love LeBron.
Oh.
There's those lyrics that he drilled into their mind. They've never seen a game, but they know that the Wade and LeBron connection is unstoppable.
Yeah, you should see the increase in Googling of LeBron James by men who wear linen suits, you know? Dude, guys, alright. This is linen.
I love that he's roasting somebody else. I forgot he was wearing linen.
Yeah, I'm also wearing jacquard, so you know.
Is that whole?
You look like an emperor, not a pharaoh, but like maybe the pharaoh's nephew.
Okay.
Well, where he's like, he
Like I fucked my
he's,
sister?
no, he's on a few statues or whatever. He's got no real power, but he just eats grapes every day.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Big pot belly, just lying back, wearing a corset whenever I'm seen in public.
You fanboy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, dude. A strong, tall slave.
Yeah, okay.
You hit the slave a bit hard.
Yeah.
Alright.
What any other ideas? What do you reckon for the music video? I mean, obviously, where can I take my talents to?
Back to England, hopefully.
Man, get the dinner ready.
I'm coming home.
I'm taking my football's coming on. Any other ideas? And for the music video and how I can meet him, like something I can do this week or in the future that I can do to meet him.
To meet him. Jackson, you've really got to come up with something here. I exhausted all my options last week.
Oh, yeah, fake media passes, that was good.
Yeah.
And some guy actually got back to me on Facebook said he can make them.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I'm sure it's not that hard.
Okay. Plastic surgery, complete makeover.
Mm-hmm.
You're Bronny now.
Yes. You look exactly
Keep
like
going.
Bronny.
Yeah, you get plastic surgery, you black up.
Doesn't the plastic surgery cover the blacking?
Yeah,
I feel like if I'm getting like surgery, I'll be like, oh, can I just get in black? You know what I mean? I don't want to just be going through that every day.
So then you kidnap Bronny, and then you take his place.
Yes.
And then you're now LeBron James' son.
And Bronny gets plastic surgery and like a face-off situation.
Yeah. So he takes
Shout
your
out to Nick
place.
Cage again. And then he hosts this podcast.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Nice.
And we actually get to be friends with Bronny.
Yeah.
We're hanging out with him all the time.
Yeah. Don't tell me. But I think Kyle likes
Yeah. Obviously, he thinks he's Carl Lewis.
But it's like, because that's an easy. I mean, I feel bad for Bronny because I could just go into Bronny and like dominate high school.
It wouldn't
that's a
be
given, obviously.
Yeah.
But he couldn't just really do stand up.
Obviously, you're tomahawking and like shit like that.
Of course,
Yeah.
2 hands for safety, all that stuff, Jelly Farm, all that stuff.
Come down to Moore Park, you can see Carl tomahawk dunk.
Well, I mean, it's called off the glass with English.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying I invented the
You're a lot
fancy
like
life,
Alex
I guess.
English. That's how I would describe
At least
it.
he was a bad boy with the Nuggets, baby.
Yeah, when they were playing absolutely no
Was he black
defense. Alex English, couldn't tell you.
Ah.
Just a name in my head.
I'll allow it.
I think they put him in the Hall of Fame though. So
Oh, probably, yeah. Nice. Good stuff.
because he's got weirdly high scoring numbers, even though his teams were hot garbage.
Also, I'd love to see the first Hall of Fame class. It'd be like whoever they had in the league. That was, you know, like the first one was just like you didn't know what.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well, this guy played, I guess.
Yeah, they were like, this guy invented like dribbling. Before that, we were playing netball.
And I invented dribble, also invented travel and carrying at the same time. You think
That
about
50 style dribbling where you like have to get your hand on top of the
Yeah,
basketball.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like looks terrible.
So I become Bronny.
Yeah.
Face swap.
Yeah.
How tall is he? He's about my height, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's probably like growing.
Yeah, he's still growing, yeah.
But like, if you make the swap now, nobody will know.
Oh, that's true. You don't reckon anybody will notice?
no.
Nobody will notice.
No one will notice. We swear.
LeBron will be your dad.
I can actually do the conversion later.
Not only do I get to meet him, he's my father.
Now, objectively, he's your dad.
I get to redo my whole life again as well. The way I always wanted to do it.
Yeah,
Being black.
any option's got to be better than this one. You know?
Yeah.
Of all the courses to take in life, this is the worst option. What's happened right now?
I don't agree with him. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's let's crowdfund this.
Yes.
Make me a little black boy. .com.
Yeah, Evan, can you can you reserve that for us?
It's GoDaddy / I want LeBron James to be my daddy /
Patreon, I'm infiltrating LeBron's family. Oh yeah,
What's
that's
he
good.
saying?
Claim to be his illegitimate child.
Okay, that's. I mean, age-wise, I don't even know how that worked out because he'd have to be 7 when he had me.
Okay, well,
Well, Akron.
Akron, he grew up tough, he grew up rough. Claim to be his brother then.
And he finished.
You can claim to be his brother. He doesn't know his father.
Oh.
So you could claim that you are his long-lost brother.
Fucking great. And we
Still doing the plastic surgery.
Okay, that's still being black at the end. That's
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's not take all the fun out of it.
Obviously, it's still gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But like,
It's gonna be doable. Believable.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would look ridiculous if you
Yeah.
didn't have drastic plastic surgery.
Like a bit hot, are you?
Oh no, it's just this shirt is. I'm not sure it's a legitimate shirt.
He's flexing in his
Like it says. It says it's like
You think it's a women's shirt?
well, it says it's
almost definitely a
Hermes,
women's
but
shirt.
it's almost definitely like a fake shirt.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, look there.
I don't know. It's,
Really opens up.
yeah, it's weird.
How tall are you again?
6'5".
You were 6'4" the other day, weren't you?
No, he's always been 6'5".
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, baby. That's stand up real quick.
Pardon?
Stand up real quick.
Do some stand up real quick.
Oh, do some do 5.
Real quick. We gotta fill some time.
Yeah.
So he thought we were talking about the centre for the Nuggets, so this is why he came dressed as a Joker. wrong Joker, but I like the vibe.
Yeah.
And he thought we were selling South African arms deals, so that's what he. Let's go. Jackson Stewart's Player of the Week. What have we got?
Oh, Alvin Robertson.
Alvin Robertson. This is something I didn't really know. I've done a bit of research, but I kind of didn't because I want to be fascinated as well.
Yeah, a man who will never be allowed in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's his claim to fame. Possibly the best player that will never be allowed in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's his claim to fame.
Yeah,
He's got the only quadruple double with steals.
Really?
yeah,
Nobody's had a quadruple with 10 steals now.
Yeah.
yeah. And it wasn't until 2008 he had the most consecutive games with at least one steal, and then Chris Paul beat it in 2008. But before that, it was like 105 games where he had at least one steal.
Holy shit!
He was like a defensive monster.
Well, what did he average in steals?
For his career, I think it was like 2.7.
Yeah, 2.7 over his career. His,
His
best,
best
season
season.
was like 3.7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
yeah,
And
it's
that's
insane.
the record.
That's
the
oh
record.
yeah, fuck yes, that's insane. That's when did he like what era was that? 70s, isn't it?
It's sort of mid 80s to early 90s.
Yeah.
So
So like peak cocaine era, which is like
Ah.
and real real like dark time for the San Antonio Spurs. So, like,
San Antonio was where he played this.
yeah, and those teams were bad.
Yeah.
Like real bad.
This is pre fucking Admiral and Pop and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It was in between Gerv and
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Gavin was nice though, but yeah, that was a big chunk there with fucking between Gavin and before they got good again. What that's crazy. There's almost 4 steals a game. What about points and stuff? Was he a scorer or not? Was he just defensive specialist?
I think his career average was like 14.
yeah.
Career, that's nice, huh?
Yeah. He was like 14, and then
He's getting
it was like 5 assists and 5 rebounds.
And obviously no championship, not like
Well,
that.
he was getting a lot of like fast break points because as well he's not like a double team defender. This is like mostly just like on ball, pick your pocket and run stuff. Like,
Well, I mean, I feel like the double team didn't even really exist back then. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there's only
yeah.
so many defensive plays they could do, really. Like, that's fucking. So why can't he be in the Hall of Fame?
he's a very bad
Yeah,
person. He's a horrible
He did
person.
some bad things.
Yeah.
To you? Why are you so nervous? Did he molest you?
No, he did.
You had
Unfortunately,
4 steals a game.
he did. One of the steals that he eventually had was of a 14-year-old homeless girl. So,
Jeez.
Yeah.
now
Technically,
unfortunately,
can you steal somebody that's homeless?
He was.
Whenever you take them, it's still not their home.
Yeah.
In court, she recanted.
Yeah. So technically innocent, but very suspicious activity.
And he's guilty of like several counts of domestic violence.
Yeah. So
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
bad guy, but
Okay.
God.
But 14 points a game.
Yeah. Also, he tried to come back to the Spurs, because he played on the Bucks for a bit. He's also the first player to score a point as a Toronto Raptor.
No.
really?
Yeah, so he hit a 3 at the very start of the first Toronto Raptors game, as you can see there, and that was to put them up 3-0. And unfortunately, you can't see him.
Give it here.
You can't see his mugshot.
Oh, you put up, Evan will put up on the screen.
Yeah.
He's shaking his head. Well, just Google it.
Evan will edit it in. Evan's gonna make an interactive video. You click around, you can see his stats and
We're
stuff.
building a Alvin app.
yeah.
It's a stat counter / rape whistle. You just put it on and it just keeps going for ages.
Yeah. Free my man though. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, but he tried to come back. He played for like the Bucks and then the Raptors for a bit. Then he tried to come back to the Spurs, and unfortunately, David Robinson said, "Absolutely not. I don't want to play with that man." So,
Absolutely not.
yeah, very, very unfortunate for him. But apparently, he was still a pretty good defender.
Yeah.
So
Any defense player of the year? No,
I think he had one DPOY.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! I fucked with that then.
There was-
All-star appearances.
There's a story.
Yeah.
There's a
4
story.
All-Star players.
Yeah.
See, this is
The-
it's literally it's off-court stuff. Stop them.
Yeah.
getting
He's
all
been
played,
like
isn't it?
scrubbed from history. This is the thing.
Yeah.
He was saying that there was an interview with him recently where he said he was watching his draft, 1984 draft,
Yeah.
and he watched it.
1980, he was in Michael's draft.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
shit.
played against Michael at North Carolina. He was on the Olympic team. He won gold with the Olympic team.
The
and Michael was
84.
on.
The 84 one?
Yeah.
Shit.
And they said he was
okay.
the best player on that Olympic team.
No, over Michael.
Over
Yeah,
Michael.
over Michael.
Before the tournament or after the?
Like in like the training.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But there was a story about when he had a teammate who was like this New York street ball, I can't remember his name, and they managed to get in a fight. The story was told by Brukowski, if you remember that center.
No,
He's a very old San Antonio Spurs center. But they got in a fight, and then apparently this guy was chasing Alvin around with a butter knife around the hotel room, and then eventually someone was like, "That's a butter knife," and so then he picked up a fork and started chasing him around with it because they were like having a brawl in the hotel. Yeah.
Who tells the assailant that that's you get chased by Jason? You're like, it's a bit blunt, but you're like, oh thanks, alright, you know what I mean?
Jeez, man.
What the, you get shot at by a long gun, but you don't have to say feel when you do it. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? What an idiot.
Yeah.
So he if you want to meet any basketball player, it's him.
No.
Oh, you got confused. He will mistake you for a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, I don't know if you.
Definitely.
I don't know if you'd make it dancing at the Corpus Christi nightclub.
Jesus.
Google that as well while you're at it. Like, how many things have you made them Google
The
today?
Corpus Christi strip club is the strip club that he's accused of making that 14-year-old girl dance at.
Wait, he kidnapped her, took her to a strip club, made her dance there.
Yeah, apparently.
You got a job. You got a job.
Allegedly.
You got a job.
Allegedly.
Okay.
This is all allegedly.
Yo, I'm hungry. Should we order some food?
From Mike Miller's bar and restaurant. in
You
Memphis.
already know. So shout out Mike Miller, shout out Fums Miller, he's fucking legend. He's got a sports bar in Memphis, obviously.
Called Let It Fly.
Let It Fly, which is
The same name as his short-lived energy drink. Let It Fly energy drink.
Oh really?
We could not find a way to purchase Let It Fly energy drink, unfortunately.
You can buy the domain that the energy drink originally had. So if you've got $1,000, you can buy.
That's a way to meet
Yeah,
LeBron
Let It
James.
Fly Energy.
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
That's the way to meet LeBron
Oh.
James. You buy Mike Miller's former energy drink page, and then you have the webpage. You sell it back to Mike Miller, but instead of selling it to him for money, you say, in return, I just want to meet LeBron.
Oh my god.
He's got
I like
the connection. And you now own a $1,000 webpage. It's a
Cancel
pretty-
that earlier and go down the section. Yo, look at this. There's a section on the website that says Meet Mike.
yeah.
Meet Mike.
All the reviews are just people being like,
NBA
restaurant.
Rookie of the Year 01.
Yep.
Sixth Man of the Year 06. 2 champion, legend. I need the 2 champions too.
Yeah, he has virtual
Mike's
golf,
most
yeah.
recent efforts on and off the court can be summarised by one recognition. He and Coach Penny Hardaway, #1 recruiting class. How would you
Yeah,
know?
apparently he was a really good recruiter for Penny at Memphis,
Okay, well that just means he's great.
which was how they got Wiseman in the first place.
You guys want the All-Star brunch?
Oh, the All-Star brunch looks good, man.
I don't think this is NBA official.
I actually think most of the food there looks awful.
We got chicken and waffles served with potato hash. That sounds illegal. It's only $12 though.
It's there's good prices. The bottomless mimosas.
Oh, I fucks with that. You got eggs Benedict. I wanted it to be like named after like basketball teams. You know what I mean?
No, unfortunately, it's just really bad food.
Like you got the layup lasagna or something like that.
Lamb lasagna. Honestly, I don't know if I should put that on the
If
menu.
you come over the table, they just yog.
So nice.
Alright,
What's the menu?
I'm gonna read out the stuff and you're gonna do it and then we're gonna finish, alright?
Okay.
That's all what we got here. Menu. Okay. So we got for appetizers, what do you want? You got the quesadillas, the Bavarian pretzels.
Bavarian pretzel.
the
Bavarian pretzel.
Same, that's what I was
Yeah.
going with. Alright, let's go. Salads, I'll just ask you.
Actually, if you read these salads,
Oh, no,
they're
it's-
not good for you.
It's gonna be let it fly salad though.
No, I'm getting the club salad.
Club salad, ham, turkey,
It's not really a salad, I'll be honest.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'll get the what's in the let it flies? Let it fly. Mixed greens, goat cheese, no basketballs.
Dude, when you get to their pizzas, it's incredible because all their pizzas. Oh, actually, you gotta look at that picture of that wrap first because it's just full of what looks like loose ham.
That's fucking horrible. Right?
Not good.
And then their
And then
pizzas.
what's that? Melted butter? That's horrible.
And then their pizzas, there's like one of them that's on a tomato base. Every single other one is either on barbecue or like ranch
Yeah, what-
dressing.
That buffalo chicken pizza.
Oh, the buffalo
Oh, I take the
chicken
buffalo chicken.
that has ranch and cheese sauce on it.
Oh, that's great.
So-
Any desserts? You want a brown butter cake?
Oh, they also serve instead of chicken and waffles, you can also get chicken and funnel cake.
Lock it in. Chicken and funnel cake.
Yeah, eating like you're out of fucking
Oh
fear.
my lord. Look up, I'm going to buy that website, look up, verify. One last question before we go, because I want to wrap it up. We got a Halloween party to get to, baby. I'm about to be Austin Powers.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It is.
awesome, dude.
Well then tell it, put that in your voice then. tell that in actual
It's gonna be
face.
so much
Yeah,
It's gonna be awesome, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm asked that, am I a yes or no? As assistant coach. Good idea. I'll ask you first. Yes or no?
Oh no shit. Yes.
Why?
Because they got chemistry.
Good for the Palestine.
He's gonna get, I think Amare's gonna be able to get the media on side, is all I'm saying.
I've asked him about Israeli now.
Yeah, he converted.
Born again Palestinian?
He's what they call Black Israelites.
Black Israelites.
So they're like people who believe that the 13th tribe of Israel moved to Africa.
Fuck, I wish I stopped this earlier.
and then what? This is just true. This is just information. I don't know.
So good idea, yes or no?
I think it's a decent idea. I think to me it indicates that they're going to play like Suns style basketball, which is interesting to me. If you're looking at that team, I think that means you move on from like certain pieces, but I think it makes it much more intriguing the idea that what they're going to do is maybe keep Levert, maybe keep Dinwiddie, and just run these insane 3-4 guard lineups and just try to run people off the floor.
No, I can see that, but I don't see them keeping one. I reckon the Dinwiddie's going. You keep Levert because he's so young and he's going to be so good as well.
And also, if you've got if you're trying to turn Kyrie into a passer, Levert's such a good cutter, such an off-ball player.
Well, that's it. You can't really run the fast. Because Kyrie is not really a true point guard. In my mind, he's a shooting guard, really. Just from him at the Cavs.
But he's shown flashes.
I mean, yeah, of course, but I mean, but then you ask him to be Steve Nash type passer and moving up the ball, which he's not really. You know what I mean? He's not really bringing up the ball like Lonzo and shit is he?
But because of the you need to run a Steve Nash style offense, you need to be able to open up the floor, which Kyrie is able to do with his shooting. So it's even if you're saying he's not necessarily your offensive focal point, you can have him as the shooting threat that stretches everything out. And then you have secondary playmakers who are able to pick apart the defense a lot better because you have to guard him at half court, because otherwise he's just pulling from three.
Or he's blown by you. Yeah, I agree with that, but I feel no, I do like the Stoudemire, because I mean, just nostalgia, I like Nash and Stoudemire, that's you know what I mean, that's cool or whatever, and always like Stoudemire and stuff like that. When he was an all-star, he was a brilliant all-star, you know what I mean, in his heyday, he was a beast. But there's just not a power forward on that team that he can just, if Nash can take, Kyrie and Dinwiddie and all these guards and that, they don't really have a power forward. They might even put Durant a power forward, really, you know what I mean? So it's I feel like that part of his game's wasted away. He can't, just be, showing them all the footwork, showing them his old moves, stuff like that.
But you could say, someone like Jarrett Allen, you could put in that rim running role and try and convert what he's shown, athletically on the defensive end in terms of, his ability to jump and block shots. Try and turn that around and put him in some, downhill pick and roll. As long as he can handle the ball even a little bit, that could be okay.
That's even cool. All he's got to do is 1-2 dribbles, layup, really, you know what I mean? That's
even if you can get an ounce of old DeAndre out of DeAndre, that type of, get him downhill and just get him to just yam on people. I think that could be an interesting use for those guys, because otherwise you're not getting any offense out of your big man. Otherwise it's just Kyrie, KD, and then all that weird collection of guards they have.
So maybe got Joe Harris as well.
Yeah, I mean Joe Harris is going to be I think Joe Harris, it's weird because that team has a lot of people that I'm they're half of a really good Suns player. Because Joe Harris is interesting because you're he's pretty good, but he's just he's a 3-and-D without the D. So it's
without the D, exactly.
It's okay. And it's in the same way that you're oh yeah, Kyrie is different to Steve Nash, but also you still need that secondary playmaker because he's not going to play make in that same way. So you can't run it exactly the same. And they don't really have I think the missing piece is your Sean Marion. Right? The guy that covers up all of the horrific defensive mistakes. And maybe if you're taking KD away from that super primary offensive role, which I think would be insane to do.
No, you want it. I mean, obviously he's going to come back slow because of injury, but he's come back. He's also proven a point after. I mean, he was compared to LeBron. After LeBron's won that, there's so much pressure on him now as well.
But
and
he
pressure
has
just to do it with a different team that wasn't already an organisation that went to the finals. And stuff.
He has switchability that no one else on that team has, in terms of his ability to erase defensive mistakes.
Oh yeah.
In a way that no one else really can.
No. I mean, no, even in the league, nobody really can. But yeah, I've got to cut you off because I mean, we're just boring young fucking.
I'm listening.
I know. it's so much inside basketball, but yeah, that's you've kind of swung me there, to be honest. I think I am looking forward to it. I do like it. And especially in the East as well, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking have some fun out there, who gives a shit.
I think that 4 of us plus someone else could turn up and get an 8 seed in the East, right?
But yeah, we do need one more bit, and that's only, we wouldn't need them, we just need them legally for the rules. You know what I mean? You don't do anything, sit in the corner, whatever.
I mean,
You're our man, you know our centre, that's a given.
As a
6'5", baby.
Yeah.
As a Knicks fan, he would say the Knicks are obviously.
yeah, the Knicks are going to be a top seed,
Yeah.
like next year.
Yeah.
Well, wait, Knicks 2021.
Yeah.
Next you told me that whiteface, a small black child, and that's still the worst thing. We're going. See you later, everybody. Thanks for having us. The Jacksons. Can't wait to see the Jacksons.
Wow.
Good night.
Wow.